Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Dr. Wilma van Staden, and this session we will explore assessment for significant learning and flourishing in a South African CAPS curriculum. So, why does assessment matter in education for sustainable development? Assessment is not only about testing, it's a vital part of a learning process. It helps us see what and how learners are learning, and it helps learners themselves reflect on their progress. In education for sustainable development, assessment supports two goals: learning about sustainability and learning for sustainable actions. When assessment is meaningful, it improves both teaching quality and learning quality. In the CAPS curriculum, assessment is structured and guided. Teachers are required to use test, examinations, and project based assessment. Both formative and summative assessments are included, and environmental and sustainability content must be assessed with equal seriousness. This gives us, as teachers, a framework that we must also think about how our assessment can go beyond the minimum requirements of CAPS to support deeper learning. So, that brings us to looking at assessment of and for learning. So, the CAPS talks about two types of assessment. Assessment of learning focuses on the results. It's summative, usually for reporting and certification purpose. Assessment for learning is developmental. It helps learners grow during the learning process. Both are important, but in education for sustainable development, our goal is to strengthen assessment for learning so that the process itself becomes transformative. So, in education for sustainable development, through the lenses of ESD, we see assessment as part of a learning journey. This means learners are not just being tested, they are participating, acting, and reflecting as they learn. We can design assessments that include inquiry, creativity, and practical action so that both knowledge and skills are developed together. So, looking at the Fundisa for Change model, assessing for transformative learning. The Fundisa for Change model reminds us that transformative learning develops three things. First, the foundational knowledge and concepts. Second, higher order thinking skills, analysis, evaluation, and innovation. And the third, ethical values such as empathy and caring for others and the environment. Assessment therefore needs to support the full sequence of learning, from knowing to applying to analyzing and finally to transforming. We look at the four quadrant process derived from Anne Edwards 2012 that was adapted by Prof. Rob O'Donoghue. And this four quadrant model helps teachers think about assessment across learning sequences. In quadrants 1 and 2, we assess knowledge and understanding through tests, exams, and translating tasks. So we start with in quadrant 2 and 3, we application and skills. Learners show what they can do. In quadrant 3 and 4, we move to analysis, evaluation, innovation through projects or case studies. In this way, assessment becomes continuous, formative, and summative, all contributing to significant learning. Looking at the assessment for flourishing flower framework, so we look at the assessment for significant learning. This assessment for significant learning and flourishing flower framework builds on the Fundisa for Change model. It broadens assessment to include not just knowledge and skills, but also human and ecological dimensions of flourishing. The flower has 8 petals, each one representing a key dimension of significant learning. It promotes assessment for learning and assessment as learning. where reflection and growth are as important as the outcomes. So the significant learning flower framework for each petal represents an area of growth: foundational knowledge, application, integration, cultural identity and self esteem, human and ecological dimensions, caring and Ubuntu, learning, how to learn, and finally, relationality and learner's agency. So, together, these eight petals show that assessment should value the full human potential, not just what learners know, but how they can connect, care, and act. So, looking at the petals again, petals 1 to 4. So, the first four petals focuses on the knowledge and connection. So, foundational knowledge assesses understanding of key ideas and systems. Application looks at how learners use their knowledge critically and creatively. Integrating encourages connections across subject and context, and cultural identity and self esteem helps learners feel proud of what they are and where they come from. These four dimensions link directly to the CAP's goals for conceptual learning and applied competences. The second set of petals 5 to 8, focuses on the flourishing and transformation. So, human and ecological dimensions assesses how learners understand and act on people nature relationships. Caring or Ubuntu focuses on empathy and responsibility for others and the common good. Learning how to learn supports reflection and self assessment, and relationality and learners' agency assess how learners collaborate and take action for change. These dimensions are what makes ESD transformative. They help learners become active agents of sustainability. So, the South African CAPS framework gives us structure, the what and when of assessment. The flower framework adds the why and how. Together, they help us assess both curriculum outcomes and human development outcomes. We can use South African CAPS as a foundation and extend our assessment to include the dimensions of flourishing. To make this practical, we can use a variety of assessment methods: portfolios and projects to show growth, peer and self assessment to build collaboration, learning journals for reflection, community based projects for real world engagement, and creative artifacts or storytelling to express cultural knowledge and values. These methods give learners multiple ways to demonstrate what they've learned and what they are becoming. So let's pause for reflection. Which petals of a flower do you already assess in your classroom? How could you expand assessment to include care, connection, and collaboration? And how can your feedback help learners not only perform better, but also flourish as individuals and citizens? To end, remember that assessment in ESD integrates knowledge, skills, values, and action. Use the curriculum guidance as your base, but use the flower framework to bring transformation and flourishing into your classroom. When assessment helps learners grow, connect, and act for sustainability, it becomes a tool for lasting change. Thank you.